Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another horrible case with you. The case today not only shook a small area, but also two major cities in India. Because when the identity of the victim's killer was revealed, no one believed it. Then, when the police found the victim's body, even they were astonished. And I promise you, as we delve deeper into this case, you'll be shocked. So, let's learn a bit more about the case of assistant manager Lena Sharma. It was the year 2016, and a woman named Lena Sharma lived in the city of Delhi, India, with her home situated in the posh area of Vasant Kunj. Delhi holds significant historical importance as a vital commercial, transport, and cultural hub, as well as the political center of India. In Delhi, there is an international school named American Embassy, where Lena Sharma worked as an assistant manager. However, after some time, she quit this job and started working in a private company in a good position. Lena's parents were no longer in this world, and besides her, she had only one sister named Lena Sharma, who was already married, and her husband worked in the city of Bangalore. Although Lena was working a private job in the city of Delhi, her father also owned 70 acres of land. Out of this land, 35 acres belonged to Lena's sister Hina, and the remaining 35 acres came under Lena's share. In reality, this land of Lena was in the village of Sohagpur in Namadapur, a small town in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Lena spent her childhood in this village and completed her schooling here. Additionally, one of her maternal uncle also lived here. Now, since Lena lived in Delhi and was not yet married, her maternal uncle, Pradeep Sharma, took care of her land. However, Pradeep Sharma also had land nearby, and he cultivated vegetables on 11 acres of Lena's land along with his own. Lena had no objection to this because she herself worked in Delhi, and there was no one to take care of her land back home. So Lena thought that since her uncle was farming on her land, he was also taking care of it. The thing is that there were no boundaries or fences on the portion of land that belonged to Lena. Therefore, Lena thought that if her maternal uncle was farming on her land, no one could capture a single piece of her land. During this time, Pradeep used to send her some money every month as a tax to grow vegetables on her 11 acres of land. As Lena grew older, she started worrying about her marriage. She then thinks that she should get legal fencing done on her share of 35 acres of land and then slowly sell the entire land and settle in Delhi. She also tells some of her close friends about this idea. Besides, whenever Lena had to make any important decision in her life, she used to first consult some of her friends. But now Lena had a problem. How to tell her uncle that now he will have to do vegetable farming only on his own land because she had to sell her entire property. Lena thinks a lot about this, but finally one day she decides to tell her uncle directly that she has to settle in Delhi by selling her entire land. After that, Lena calls her uncle and talks about fencing the land and selling it. Additionally, Lena also tells her uncle that now they will have to do vegetable farming only on their own land. In response, Lena's uncle says, "No problem, come to the village and do whatever you want." Hearing this, Lena becomes very happy, and then on April 18, 2016, she comes to another city in Madhya Pradesh state named Bhopal. Actually, nobody knew Lena in her village, so she spent 2 days at her friend's house, and then on April 20th, she goes to her village. After reaching the village, Lena takes the help of some friends and brings all the necessary items to get the land fenced. After this, first on April 23rd, Lena gets her land surveyed. Then on April 29th, she was supposed to get the fencing of her land done. However, after the 28th, Lena suddenly disappeared. Neither her friends nor her uncle and her sister Hina knew where she had gone. However, before this, Lena used to talk to her friends daily through calls or chat, but her messages stopped coming after the 28th. Hina, who was living in the village, and her uncle Pradeep Sharma thought that maybe Lena had gone back to Delhi. But Lena had 2 phones, and a few days later, both phones were switched off. However, Pradeep and Lena Sharma were surprised when Lena's friends called them and asked about Lena. Now it had been 7 days since Lena went missing, and no one knew where she was. Now, because Lena's relatives thought that she had gone to Delhi, they did not file a police complaint. But on the other hand, after 7 days of Lena's disappearance, her friends filed a missing complaint at Vasant Kunj police station. However, the police there did not take any action because this matter belonged to another state, and Lena had disappeared from her village in Madhya Pradesh. But then, on May 5, 2016, Lena's uncle went to Sohagpur police station and filed a missing complaint for his niece Lena Sharma. In the missing complaint, Pradeep Sharma wrote, "Lena has been missing since the morning of April 28th. We searched for her everywhere in the village but couldn't find her. She also didn't reach her home in Delhi, which is causing us a lot of worry." The police here listened to Pradeep Sharma's statement and registered a missing case for Lena Sharma. However, even after filing a complaint with the police, a week passes by without any evidence in the hands of the police. Now, more than Lena's relatives, her friends were worried about her, which is why they took help from social media to find her. Lena's friends were concerned about where she was and whether she was safe, so they created a Facebook page and named it Save Lena. After that, Lena's friends shared complete information about her on that Facebook page. In addition, they posted a lot of things on this page, which led to the page growing and many people joining it. Within a few days, this Facebook page grew so much that even senior officers of the Madhya Pradesh police became aware of it. After that, senior officers contacted the Sohagpur police station and put pressure to resolve the case as soon as possible. Now, after this, the police at the Sohagpur station become active and take the case seriously. After this, the police first put Lena's phone on surveillance. As soon as the police took this case seriously and put Lena's phone on surveillance, they got a very big lead. Actually, initially both of Lena's phones were switched off, but now, after putting both of Lena's phones on surveillance, the police found out that one of her phones had become active and its location was showing in the area named Piparia. After this, a team of police reaches outside a random house while tracking the location of Lena's phone. Then, when the police enter the house, they see a boy who had Lena's phone. The police then ask the boy where he got the phone from, and the boy says, "I found this phone in a train. When no one came for hours, I picked up the phone and brought it home." Now, to verify the boy's statement, the police check his background to see if he might be lying. However, the police find out that the boy has a completely clean background and no criminal record. Nevertheless, the police confiscate Lena's phone from the boy, although they never find Lena's second phone. Now, the police have first analyzed call detail records from her phone. Through this, the police find out that Lena's last call was to an unknown number, while all other contacts in her phone were familiar to her. Therefore, the police begin gathering details about this unknown number. After a short while, the police find out that this number belongs to a rickshaw driver. Upon receiving this information, the police immediately start searching for the rickshaw driver, and shortly afterward, they find him. The driver is then brought to the police station for questioning, where he tells the police, "I know Lena well because for the past several days, whenever Lena went anywhere, she always booked my rickshaw. Then, on April 29th, I also dropped her off outside her house." Upon hearing this statement from the rickshaw driver, even the police were surprised because in the missing complaint filed by Pradeep Sharma, it was stated that Lena has been missing since the morning of April 28th. However, now this rickshaw driver is saying that he dropped Lena off outside her house on the morning of the 29th. Although the police were initially unsure about the rickshaw driver's statement, but they were astonished when they checked the date and time of the last call between Lena and this rickshaw driver. This clarified that the rickshaw driver was telling the truth. However, now the police found something very odd. Why did Lena's uncle mention April 28th in the missing complaint? Initially, the police thought it might be a mistake, but when they found out about a post on a Facebook page created by Lena's friends, they considered talking to Pradeep Sharma. In fact, Lena's friends were saying on the Save Lena Facebook page that Lena had been under stress for the past several months regarding her land because her uncle was forcibly cultivating vegetables on her 11-acre land. Even the police found out from this Facebook page that Lena had filed a property dispute complaint against her uncle in court, which was pending in the Madhya Pradesh High Court. After that, Pradeep Sharma is called to the police station, and this time the police ask him questions in such a way that if he is lying, his lie would be caught. However, during the initial interrogation, Pradeep sticks to his statement, but after some time, the police interrogate him rigorously. Actually, now Pradeep is presented with Lena's phone, the statements of the auto driver, and Lena's friends. Seeing all this, Pradeep Sharma gets a little nervous, but after some time he tells the police, "The Lena Sharma you are looking for, I, along with my 2 companions, have killed her." After hearing the story that Pradeep Sharma narrates, Lena's friends were in shock, and the police were astonished too. Actually, when Pradeep found out that his brother-in-law owned 70 acres of land, greed filled his mind. However, his brother-in-law died shortly after marriage, when Lena and Hina were very young. But sometime later, their mother also passed away, after which half of the 70 acres of land was divided between these 2 sisters. Now, Lena goes to Delhi for her studies, while on the other hand, Hina, after getting married, had completely taken over her land. However, on the other hand, Lena had not put up any fencing or boundary on her land. Due to this, Pradeep, along with his land, started growing vegetables on 11 acres of Lena's land as well. Now, since Pradeep was Lena's mother's brother, she had a lot of trust in Pradeep. Lena thought that Pradeep Sharma would take care of her land, so she lived in Delhi without any worries. But Lena is shocked when her uncle takes over some of her property and breaks her trust. However, later Lena files a case against it in the High Court. After some time, Lena decides that she will fence her land's boundary. So she calls her uncle and tells him the whole matter before going to village. Now, on April 23rd, Lena surveyed her land and chose April 29th to install fencing on the boundary of her land. However, when on the morning of the 29th, the rickshaw driver dropped Lena in her village, shortly after that, Pradeep Sharma arrived here with his 2 companions. Pradeep said to Lena, "Why are you getting fencing done now? I am also going to get fencing done on the boundary of my land in a few days. I might as well get your land fenced along with mine." Lena's mistake here was simply that she once again trusted her uncle and listened to him. After that, with the help of laborers, all the fencing material is placed on Pradeep's land. Then, when all the laborers leave, Pradeep takes his niece Lena to the back of his house under the pretext of discussing something secret, and there was no one around for miles. There, Pradeep tells his niece, "Don't get fencing done on your land. Give me the 11 acres of land I have been farming for so long." At first, Lena was surprised, but then she outright refused Pradeep Sharma to do so. After that, one of Pradeep's companions comes with a stone in his hand and hits Lena on the head, causing her to faint. After that, Pradeep mercilessly beats his niece with sticks. After that, Pradeep told his accomplice to bring the tractor, and while the man was bringing the tractor, Pradeep strangled Lena to death. After that, these 3 people placed Lena's body in the tractor, along with some packets of salt and urea with her corpse. Then these people went to a jungle 4 kilometers away, and upon reaching there, dug a pit and threw Lena's body in the pit in a naked condition. Actually, before throwing his niece's body into the pit, Pradeep, her uncle himself, removed her clothes. When we were researching this case, reading this made our anger. How could a maternal uncle do such a thing with his niece? But Pradeep did this so that if anyone finds Lena's body, they won't be able to identify her. In addition, they had thrown salt and urea with her corpse so that her body could decompose after a few days. All of this was done in the afternoon of April 29th, and the entire work took only a few hours. After that, to erase all evidence of Lena, first Pradeep Sharma destroyed Lena's clothes. Then he took both of her phones with him and placed those 2 phones in different places on a train. During this time, Pradeep waited for a week, and only after that did he go to file a police complaint. He did this so that Lena's body would completely decompose. Friends, before moving forward in the video, I have a small request for you. I want to let you know that behind the David True Crime channel, there is a team of 5 people who work hard to bring you the best quality content through thorough research. If you appreciate our efforts, you can support us according to your preference by visiting the link provided in the description. Your small support will motivate us to work effectively on the channel. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the story. After hearing the whole story, the police arrests Pradeep along with his 2 accomplices. They are then taken to the place where these people buried Lena's body. Although the police soon recovers the body, it had decomposed considerably. Nevertheless, Hina, Lena's sister, provides a blood sample for DNA testing to confirm the identity of the body as Lena's. After the DNA test and the report confirms the identity, Lena's body is handed over to her sister for the final rites. Subsequently, the trial of Pradeep Sharma and his two accomplices begins in court.
Now, 3 people have been arrested in connection with Delhi girl Lena Sharma's murder. A former employee of the American Embassy School in New Delhi, Lena went missing in the last week of April.
Talking about the murder case itself, it's a very intriguing case. A Delhi girl, a 38-year-old Delhi girl, Lena Sharma,
They had already confessed to their crime, and the police had all the evidence against them. However, despite this, 9 months after the trial began, Pradeep Sharma was granted bail, and a few months later, his two accomplices were also released on bail. The case dragged on in court for several years, but finally, in the year 2023, the Sessions Court sentenced all 3 to life imprisonment. Meanwhile, during this trial, Pradeep Sharma's family was cultivating vegetables on Lena's land. But when Lena's lawyer raised this issue in court, the court ordered that whoever is Lena's closest relative should be given all of Lena's property. Since Hina was Lena's closest relative, she is given the entire property. Now guys, what are your thoughts? Should Hina have received Lena's property? Or should it have gone to those friends of Lena who helped the police solve the case and ultimately bring justice to Lena Sharma? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comment section. Additionally, if you want to recommend any Indian case for us to make a detailed video on, you can write the name of that case in the comment section. So with that, the Lena Sharma murder case comes to an end right here. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Thank you.